1971-72, Laguna was absolutely chock full of hippies. Nobody was wearing bras except people who had to go out to court dates and, you know, had important jobs somewhere. Then the ladies would have to put on their bras, but other than that, we all went braless. And I think that a number of people would come to town to watch us walk by, both front and back. I mean, who knows? It was a very freewheeling town back then. So it was fun. I think it was an art community from the beginning, you know, from the 1800s that artists seemed to move here, and it's pretty, you know, it's pretty good. If you ever looked at the old paintings that they did around the turn of the last century, gorgeous work. And it became counterculture, I guess, by accident. I think that there are people who didn't want to lead straight and narrow lives, and I put the emphasis on straight and on narrow, came to Laguna to be away from it. But the town was just full of artists and people who didn't want to conform. And so it attracted more people who didn't want to conform until the money started rolling in the mid-'80s and beyond. I don't know exactly when to say that, but back in the 70s, Laguna was just an ordinary town, except that it was very pretty and it was on the beach, and some of us really enjoyed it. But the people who wanted access to their jobs in Los Angeles, they would move to Huntington Beach and maybe Newport Beach, but that was far enough to drive. The freeways didn't come in until 1968. I think that was the first time the San Diego freeway went by here. And until 1968, to go to Los Angeles, you had to drive up the Coast Highway to Beach and take Beach in, or do some other, go to Santa Ana freeway, I don't know, to get to it somehow, to get to these freeways. And so Laguna was isolated. The reason there were so many movie stars in Laguna Beach is because coming to Laguna made them separated from their life in Hollywood. And so they could have their own little life here with their own friends and do what they wanted, pretty much. And they partied a lot, as I understand it. And yeah, and they had their freedom here, and they liked it. And so this would attract other people. As soon as you have a movie star living next door to you, you get, you know, you get a lot more people moving in. The population expanded, and there was talk. There were poor people here in town, and they were living in caves, or they were doing things. There was a bunch of caves around here. And at one point they were talking about dynamiting the caves because of the poor people that were using the caves without bathrooms. Does that sound familiar? Yes, it does, because poor people in Laguna don't exactly have easy bathroom access to wash themselves up and and I've been here a long time, and history does repeat itself. It's just slightly different each time it repeats itself. It's not on a circle, it's on a spiral.